Oh man.
Shit, my microphone's acting up. Let me fix this shit right quick.
All right.
I'm Malika Andrews. Let's take a look at this assist to the game brought to you by State Farm. It comes courtesy of LaMelo Ball. Drives baseline. Ooh, finds Jalen McDaniels for the three. Great vision by LaMelo. This one's all the way down to 127 with 12 seconds left. These are the two worst things.
That's good.
Chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
My signal is totally bursting. You need a better network. It's the super Verizon. Look at the new iPhone 14 Pro. Millions are saying so.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Fit Pro, all on it. That's a value of up to $1,900. Wow. And there are unlimited plans for everything, starting at just $55 a line. It's our best deal of the year. The network you deserve, and the price you want. Only Verizon.
Everyone is using their mind to put that along. It's a masterpiece. In the most fun you'll have at the movies.
Welcome back to NBA Week, presented by State Farm, alongside Coach Billy Donovan. Coach, we've had some energized moments. How do you guys sustain what you just saw the fitness for the third quarter?
Yeah, man, I thought the first half was fouled way too much. Obviously, put him to the line. We did a better job in that third quarter getting back, but we didn't close the quarter great. But we're battling and competing, and there's some hard matchups for us, but we're trying to provide as much help as we can to each other.
The Knicks are shooting 50% from the three-point line, but what's going to be the most important thing to close in this fourth quarter?
Not fouling and rebounding. That's going to be really, really important, and then recognizing matchups.
Shit. Mike was good, yo. Frederick, what up?
Green Channel's light is not on, but it does look like this is going to be a coach's channel. And walking the woman who curves. Say, Bob's here to help. We'll be the ones who need to do it.
Good quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boom Stickly. No free throw is safe.
Mike, they got like a whole bunch of sequels to that coming out. Like part 2 is coming out, and then part 3, I think, is done already. Then they got a part 4 or 5 coming out. I'm not big on Avatar, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. Little did we know that switching to cricket was going to be a major upgrade. Switch for the speed, stay for the safety. You're on cricket.
got a book coming out. I didn't see nothing about it.
Easy credit building, early payday, fee-free overdrafts. It's banking the way it should be. Chime, the #1 list.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
What y'all talking about?
Wu-Tang got a book coming out.
Wu-Tang?
Yeah,
Like the group, the whole group?
I guess. I ain't seen nothing about it, so
I was like, didn't half the members already drop books and shit?
it's a cash grab.
I love the group, but what more can be said?
Right?
Y'all got a show, y'all had a documentary, y'all had plenty documentaries and shit.
Come on, man.
I know you got dropped a book, Wade dropped a book, RZA dropped a book, Meth dropped a book. Everyone.
And I ain't read
I
none
know.
of them.
You said what?
I ain't read none of them.
Yeah, I didn't read any of them either yet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Everybody want to read a book.
Okay. So reading is cool again. Who told you they inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? They're not inducted. When was
Yeah, they
this?
never got inducted.
Huh?
They never got inducted.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I must have missed that one. When was that?
I'm gonna let that shut up. Outside. Yeah, I was supposed to. But yeah, don't get together. I was supposed to. But okay. So I didn't shut up. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you. You said what? What you said? Okay. Be safe at work. All right. Sorry about that.
So good.
I might start this in about 7 more minutes. It's gonna be my shit's good. Yeah, Wu-Tang never got inducted to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They need to, but they didn't get inducted yet.
I bet you Outkast is gonna get inducted before them. Watch.
Both of them would be nice at the same time.
I still have yet to see Eminem's induction. I might see that probably this week sometime.
I'll look for it online. They don't have the link for it yet.
No, yeah, it's on HBO Max.
I know, but they don't like. I ain't subscribed to that. I got like the other apps. They haven't put it in on there yet.
Oh, true. Oh, Q, you got the autobiography of LL Cool J? Yep, I got that. I gotta finish reading that book, honestly.
Is that the one where you talked about fucking pregnant chicks
Yep.
on staircases and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I stopped at that chapter 2. No, because it was like 2020 and a lot was happening in 2020. So
LL is savage for that. A lot of people should be in the Rock and Roll of Fame. I don't mean they're making it.
by the way, rest in peace, DJ Twitch. I forgot to mention that.
Why that nigga kill himself?
It's funny how I'm not funny, but it's crazy how again another person died at a hotel. Another black person died at a hotel and shit.
And he had 3 kids and a wife. I don't know. I just think that's what could be so bad in your life that you take your own life.
It's crazy. Something tells me I'm not gonna lie. Something tells me he didn't kill himself. I don't know.
You don't think so? Well, who killed him?
It's the whole black person dying at a hotel. They said, from what I looked up, they said that
he left without taking his car and stuff like that, and his wife thought that was very unusual and shit too. So I don't know. That's why I don't take shit into face value like that. If you ask me.
These celebrities are not happy, yo. When people look at them and they envy their life and think they got all the money in the world and they happy, they really not.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A dude could be dead broke and be more happier than a celebrity right now. You gotta treat these motherfuckers like they human beings, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not larger than life. You don't know what kind of personal shit they got going on in their life. You know?
And unless I hear that his fingerprints was on the gun, I'm not believing that shit. I'm gonna be real. Because you notice how anytime they say quote unquote shot himself or some shit, they never see their fingerprints on the gun and shit. Because always a different autopsy or whatever.
So what about Whitney? She died at the hotel.
See, Whitney, I don't believe she drowned either. I feel like somebody had something to do with it.
What about the daughter?
And,
Didn't the daughter die at the hotel too?
oh yeah, she drowned. I'm gonna be real, she drowned. But see, this is the thing about Whitney, because from what I looked up about Whitney's death, she had it, I think, on the same building as Clive Davis's party, right?
Mm.
So when they got news that from the Clive Davis party and shit like that Whitney died, a lot of people just kept celebrating and shit like that. The only people that really cared was Monica, and if I want to say Ray J too, so that they went up there and stuff like that.
Ray J was dating her.
Allegedly.
I don't think it's alleged. Who hasn't he slept with? You know.
But yeah. And then it's crazy too how that was the time they were trying to make Jennifer Hudson like the next Whitney and shit like that too. So
Jennifer Hudson, I heard she's dating Common right now.
Wow. Let's hope she don't.
Have you seen her daytime talk show?
I'm not the biggest Jay Hudson fan to be invested in. To be real, I mean, I have nothing against her, but I'm not the biggest fan.
She's dating Common supposedly.
Common's just dating everybody at one point. I know he dated Taraji.
Common get around too, yeah. Low key, Common been around. Taraji, Serena Williams,
Erica,
Jennifer Hudson, Tiffany Haddish. He been around.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh yeah. God.
Yeah, Tiffany went and shaved her head off.
And she's still bald.
Common, you sly dog.
She's showing y'all he's not really Common after all this shit.
Right.
Hell, even with Donnie Hathaway, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't feel like the nigga jumped out of a building like that. They want to throw in that schizophrenia vibe and stuff like that because of the fact that what you're trying to raise black mental awareness and shit. But I don't know, man. That's why I don't take shit for face value like that no more.
I don't know. I think suicide is a selfish. I think it's a selfish act. I think especially when you got kids involved, and this dude left a family behind, 3 kids and a wife, and you just take your own life like that. I just think that's a selfish act. You know, I've had people. I've had family, you know, family friends and family relatives that did that, and I just think it's a selfish act. You know what I'm saying? Like you was put on this planet for a reason. You know, and to go out like that is like I don't respect people that do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
When you die natural death, or you know, if you happen to die because of somebody else, that's different. When you take your own life and you leave behind loved ones, I just think that's a selfish act. You know what I'm saying?
I just want all the.
I never thought about doing, and I don't know. I don't even know how that thought could enter somebody's mind.
You know why? Because like with some people, and I'm not really trying to like bash them. With some people and shit like that, they will like to live off material shit. You know what I'm saying? So once shit just keeps happening from day, like they can't even get a break and shit. that's what happens and stuff, you know. But
Again, it's like what this dude was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. What could he have bad that's going on in his life that he said, "Yo, fucking, I'm outing myself."
well, you might not know because you know Ellen got canceled, so you possibly he was trying to look for another
Yeah, but
job or some shit.
he's
I
still a
don't know.
DJ, right? You mean to tell me you can't get no DJ gig?
I don't know, man. I'm
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Everybody need a DJ, right? You're gonna need a
It's just a
DJ for
sticky
some party
situation,
or event. You know what I'm saying?
right?
You
However,
know,
I do believe Don Cornelius killed himself. I'm gonna be real with you.
so you believe that?
I believe that
Again, Don Cornelius, the host of Soul Train, legendary show. What could make him want to out himself?
because you got to remember, he married that white girl, that Russian or whatever, and she done took like most of his business and stuff like that. And you know, Soul Train was his fucking life and shit too. So, and then they say he had dementia and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. How old was he when he died?
76.
Oh shit, he was old. That
Hell, I
could
even believe Robin
he
Williams
might
killed
have he
himself.
might have not been in his right frame of mind when he did that.
That's what I'm saying though. You know, Robin
Right.
Williams, I feel like he killed himself. They say he had the first signs of dementia too.
How old was he?
63 from what I read.
Hmm.
And plus, they said, you know, Robin had I think he had a relapse or some shit. I don't know.
He
I'm
had a
just,
relapse.
because you know, he had a history with drugs and shit too.
I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. A lot of those celebrities take drugs anyway. So,
Right.
but I don't know. I don't get it.
It's just sad, though, honestly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you, bro. When you think your shit is when you think you know when things are going wrong, look at some of these celebrities that you may look at and be like, yo, they got it all, and deep down they're not fucking happy at all. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we could
Facts.
wake up and hear that Drake killed himself, and people look at why would Drake kill himself? He had it all. We don't know what this nigga got. You know what I'm saying? Don't envy. That's why I tell people don't
Yeah.
envy none of these celebrities. Look at them like they regular people. Beyonce got her period just like every other woman. You know what I'm saying? Niggas go to the bathroom just like everybody else. You know, that's how you got to treat them. They regular people just like us.
Facts.
They got more money and they on TV. That's the only difference.
I start this in like 3 minutes and shit. Just got to share this shit on my channel. But yeah, likewise, bro.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Ronnie, he was 75. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because that was before his birthday. Okay. Yeah.
It's crazy. And right before the Christmas too, like he does that shit.
Hell, even people say when Marvin gave his dad, and this is what people say. When Marvin gave his fucking dad the gun that killed him, people thought he was trying to plan his own suicide.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But from what I looked up, Jan's family were trying to put out a hit on him allegedly during the Midnight Love tour. That's why, like
Really?
in some performances, he
His
wore like a
wife's
bullet.
family?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
shit.
that's why in some performances he had like a bulletproof vest and shit too. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
This nigga was rolling around like 50 Cent when he first came out.
Yeah. And from what I looked up too, he gave his dad a gun for protection, but some sources also said that he just wanted his dad to kill him too. So,
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
that's
And his dad,
why
his dad did it.
that
But his dad is dead too though.
yeah, his dad he died like years later from pneumonia. That was like in the late
Right.
90s.
But they never could.
Hell,
Even if that was true, they could never prove that it was his dad that did it.
they found they pretty much had his dad shoot him, and his dad literally threw the gun on the lawn and waited for the police to come and shit.
So his dad did it, but it wasn't. I heard it was an argument or some shit.
Yeah, his dad was arguing with the mom. Marvin jumped in and whooped his dad's ass. Pretty
Wow.
much, his dad shot him. That's why he got off on the manslaughter charge and
Right.
stuff like that because the court said that Marvin threw the first punch, but at the same time, the dad was abusing the mom. That's the shit that fucked up a lot of people's heads
Right.
and
So they
shit.
can never prove that, even if it was suicide, they can never prove that.
Not assisted suicide. They couldn't prove it, but
Right.
it's just like if you know the history between
Crazy
Marvin and his
shit.
dad, you'll know.
Crazy shit.
I'm saying.
If Michael Jackson's dad, if they wanted to kill Joe Jackson, he would have been dead a long time ago.
Honestly, I feel like when it comes to Joe Jackson, I feel like a lot of that shit gets over exaggerated by a lot of people.
Joe Jackson, to be honest, Joe Jackson made them kids superstars. He might have did it the wrong way, but if it wasn't for him putting those instruments in their hand and forcing them to sing, there wouldn't be no MJ right now.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? He could have been a deadbeat dad and left all of them, and they would. Who knows how they would have turned out?
But you know what kills me though? Niggas was do the damnedest to bash Joe Jackson. I don't hear people talk shit about the DeBarge dad.
I don't know about their background like that. I know they did a
Oh
lot of fucking
shit!
drugs, but
This dad molested Bunny and Bobby, abused all of them and shit.
that's why they on drugs.
But no one, it's always Joe Jackson and shit. That's what always kills me. Joe just did
Black.
old-fashioned beatings, pretty much.
It's a black family in the ghetto. You know,
a white man marrying a black woman at that time too for the DeBarges and shit.
without Joe, you wouldn't have the Jackson Five. So I just, I think he could have did it a little differently, but the way that he did it, this is why they Hall of Famers now.
Right.
You can't force your kid to do something they don't really want to do. You have to like give them encouragement and inspire them, not force them. I feel like a lot of these athletes, they're like, it's almost like they have to do what their parents did. Michael Jordan's son, not even in the NBA. He dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, and,
Oh wow.
and that's hard shoes to fill if you Michael Jordan Jr. If you Marcus Jordan, that's hard shoes to fill. It's like you can never live up to your dad. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
Yeah.
like it's like they got to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna just start whenever you are, bro.
Let's go.
Oh damn! I do have the 21 track version, but you know what? It's cool. Fuck it.
See, my shit is different though. My shit is the Rough Riders advanced copy. So
you got the ones without the skits, pretty much.
Yeah, the one without the skits. Yeah.
We'll just do your version then. All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely day? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
It's good.
Before I start, I send my rest in peace to DJ Twitch. I also want to say rest in peace to Granddaddy IU, member from the legendary Juice Crew.
Yeah.
And shit like that. It's crazy because we were talking about doing Granddaddy IU Smooth Assassin and shit too. So, you guys should know he came out in 1990 with the criminally underrated Smooth Assassin album. A lot of people have said that Biz Markie did a production to that one. It was mostly Granddaddy IU.
Right.
Biz pretty much helped pick the samples from when I looked up. In 94, he dropped the Lead Pipe album, which I'm not a big fan of, to be real with you. That was like a Death Row Syndrome album and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he's best known for being the writer to Roxanne Shantae's Big Mama track, which I've done a whole video about in my Beef series. I think that was like the second or third episode.
Nice.
And shit. And that actually got him beef with a couple of rappers, Tupac included, and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't say what he died from, honestly, but I've been reading that he's been feeling sick. I know he has some heart issues from what I looked up.
Mm-hmm.
So rest in peace. He was only 54 years old. and shit like that too. So, and again, rest in peace to DJ Twitch. So you think you can dance to DJ for the Ellen show and stuff like that too. Rest in peace to him. So yeah, 2022 is just crazy, and a lot of motherfuckers dying this year and shit.
Yeah, man. Crazy shit.
For real. But on a brighter note, let's do some bright shit. So tonight's review, we're going to talk about Jadakiss's first album, "Kiss the Game Goodbye."
Yes.
This album came out in 2001 on Rough Riders, D Block, Interscope, and shit like that. We're going to be talking about the advanced copy and shit too, because the advanced copy has the one without the skits.
Right.
They also took out Jada's Got a Gun, which, spoiler alert, not really one of my favorite tracks on the album and
Right.
stuff like that. It's a cool track. I got what he was trying to do, but I wouldn't have not started off the album with that. But so yeah. So this album came out on August 7, 2001. Like I said, it was a Rough Riders Interscope and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Singles albums known for Are We Gonna Make It, Knock Yourself Out and Put Your Hands Up. Producers include Ice Pick, who's also an executive producer, Alchemist, Chucky Thompson, Primo, DJ Shuck, Eric McCain, Fiend, Grimy, Jadakiss, Just Blaze, Mahogany, pretty much the best of 2001, honestly. Excuse me. Mass, Neptunes, PK, Rated R, Chic, Swiss. Oh, Chic did a beat? Okay. Swiss Beats, Timbaland, Wayno / whatever. Guest appearances include Eric McCain, Antoine Stanton, Nas, Pharrell, Styles P, Sheek Louch, pretty much the whole D Block, Big Will, Cross, Ice Pick, Parlay, Carl Thomas, Styles P, Sheek Louch, Swiss Beats, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, Mashonda, Styles P, Sheek, I just said them, okay. Dragon, Eve, Infrared, Cross, Fiend, 8 Ball, and Young One, and DMX. Also, Ann Nesby from the brand new, no, Sounds of Blackness, excuse me. I always get those mixed up for some reason. All right, so by this point, y'all should know who Jadakiss is. I don't even have to go through his whole discography, his biography.
Right.
We did
Right.
the LOX, is Money, Power, Respect, which honestly, I feel like that's a pretty straight album. Not a classic, but it has some joints that kind of grew on me.
Right.
We did not do We Are the Streets because I don't have that record yet. And that's an album I want to do when I actually get the physical copy. Do you have the physical copy or no?
For We Are the Streets?
Yeah.
Nah, I never bought that. That's their best album too. I got the first Locks album, not the second one.
Right. I got the first one on vinyl too.
Yeah.
Then we did the latest Locks album. I think it's called Filthy Rich or some shit like that. Which I really did not like that one.
Did not like that one.
Yeah.
I don't like none of their albums after We Are the Streets.
Facts. And then we did Kiss of Death, which I do have in my collection. I kind of personally feel that is a very overrated album.
Outdated too.
That's me. Yeah, it has some joints, but the thing is this. The sequencing was bad. Yeah. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I never cared for why I never fucking cared for that show. I mean, I respect it, but I'm so fucking tired of that damn song. Controversial opinion, I prefer the version on the Last Kiss album, What If, with Nas.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, what if that the Last Kiss wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. It's not perfect, but we'll talk about that one day. But see, the reason why I want to do this record right here is because there's been an overall debate that in hip hop that Jadakiss ain't got no classic album, and this is something that me and Try have debated over the past couple of years.
I've said this since this damn album came out. Like, just looking at his discography, it's not great, and he's not the only artist that you know that's great lyricists, but they have a shitty discography. We know that already. You know, great lyricists, discography it don't live up to his mic his mic skills. You know what I'm saying?
And I respect that.
It don't live up to Nas's discography or Jay-Z's discography or Kendrick, J. Cole, even Kanye got a better discography than him. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg got a
Yeah.
better discography than him. Ghostface, for Jadakiss stature, now he's a goat in this in this genre. His discography is shitty. You know what I'm saying?
And
Solo wise, with the Locks only got one classic album to me. I don't think their first one on Bad Boy was a classic. We Are the Streets was a great album. After that, don't like none of the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Styles P now is a different story. Styles P from the Locks has a great discography. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
not Sheik, not Jada.
and I get that.
BJ
Honestly,
should be in here because this man like worships Jadakiss. I'm like, yo, Jadakiss is a great lyricist. The discography is not. People need to be honest with themselves.
And I get that. I do get that, honestly, and stuff like that. Because there's been plenty of my favorite MCs I never thought dropped a classic record, or they dropped a good record and stuff like that too. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Hold on. I gotta get my shit together. When we talk about classic album, what does a classic mean to you? Let me just ask you. What does a classic mean?
For me, a classic album is an album you can play continuously every day, every year, every minute for many years. Not for you play an album today and then tomorrow you put it away forever. When you listen to an album like Thriller you can play for 40 fucking years and another 40 fucking years after that every day if you wanted to. Timeless music, it's a game changer. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to Illmatic, Ready to Die, Doggy Style, The Chronic, Straight Outta Compton, AT Aliens, timeless classics for many years. Not when an album come out an hour ago and people call it a classic, and then tomorrow they completely forget about it. That's not a classic. You know what I'm saying? An album that has 16 tracks and there's like 3 or 4 throwaways, that's not a classic. You know what I'm saying? I've heard people say that about even with Ready to Die. Oh, I can't listen to Friend of Mine, or Represent. So it's not a classic because of those 2 tracks that you don't like.
And here's the thing, and I was just thinking about Ready to Die too, because when I call a classic album, it has to be either a 4.5 to a 5 star, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes to Ready to Die, that to me is a 5-star classic. But at the same time, Respect and Friend of Mine, while not necessarily bad tracks, they're not my go-tos when I listen to Ready to Die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I do respect Biggie's. What I didn't like about The Friend of Mine was the beat. I don't want to be real with you. I didn't care for that beat too much. But I feel like Biggie's lyricism still elevated the track too. Now let's take an album like Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP. Again, that's more like a 4.5 to me because there were a couple of tracks I didn't care for. Kim did not care for that one. The one with Bizarre, I think it's called like Amityville.
Yeah.
I have to be in the mood for it. You know what I'm saying? There was like maybe like a 3 track I didn't care for, but the influence stood out more when it comes to that album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, well, we just talked about this artist. We just talked about Kool and the Gang. You know, we can even say the Ladies Night album could be a classic and shit too.
Right.
Now, you know how I feel about Kool and the Gang when it comes to the JT era. But some albums are better than others. I feel like the influence and the time the album came out stood out more and stuff like that too, because I still cannot listen to Too Hot. I'm gonna be real with you, but I will let that slide. That's like the only track I didn't care from the album, you know?
Right.
But then when it comes to Jadakiss, it's a very interesting example and shit too, because here's an MC. I'm not gonna lie. Lyricism, songwriting wise, he's good, but he didn't really bring anything to the table when it came to this fucking record, you know, compared to like DMX's It's Dark and Hell is Hot, you know what I'm saying? Right. But at the same time too, the quality speaks for itself. with certain tracks and shit too, which we'll talk about that too in a minute. But I just hate the fact that people kind of put Kiss of Death higher than this album.
But this is the thing with these discussions. When people talk these Mount Rushmore albums or classic albums all the time, and they want to put an album, they might want to put an album from an artist that have a shitty discography on that same level as a Criminal Minded or 3 Feet High and Rising. It ain't the same. It might be the best album for that artist. It don't mean it's a classic album with the rest of those other albums that you're discussing. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's tiers. You know what I'm saying? When you got level A, and you got the level A classics, and then you got the level B classics and level C. There's different levels for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've never felt like Jadakiss had any albums on that level A tier with Biggie or Nas or Jay-Z.
And I agree on that part, I definitely agree on that part. That's why this album to me is an arguable classic rather than just a bona fide classic,
It's his best album to me. I don't think he has any other album that's fucking with this first album.
I agree.
It don't mean it's on the same level of an Illmatic or Ready to Die. It just means it's his best album. And that is the glaring problem with Jadakiss as an artist. Great lyricism, great lyricist. But does he have that one classic album with an Illmatic or Ready to Die? I don't think he do.
And that's okay. Because let's be real, I love Cole. I love J. Cole and shit like that. But when I talk about his classic albums like Forest Hills Drive, Born Sinner, yes, I do say Born Sinner.
Mm-hmm. That's a great album.
Huh?
I love that album. That's a great album.
Same. I'll even probably throw in KOD. To me, they can range from classic to certifiable. But at the moment, if I have to pick one album that put on that level years to come, it might just be Forest Hills Drive.
That's great. J. Cole has a better discography than Jadakiss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even the crew that Jada battled in the verses, Cameron's discography is better than Jadakiss.
See, Cameron gets so much shit. It's not even funny.
You know what I'm saying? People forget that. Like, yeah, he obliterated Dipset, but album for album, he ain't fucking with Cameron. And he ain't fucking with Cameron in discography at all.
Cam got at least 3 classics.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say the same for Jada.
And you're talking to someone that's more of a D Block fan than a Dipset fan.
You know what I'm saying? Even Jim Jones' discography is more consistent. And I wasn't even a Jim Jones fan until he dropped the Pray for Rain album. And Jim groomed himself into a dope ass artist now. Like, he got a lot of albums that I fuck with over Jadakiss.
Right. I'm gonna say one more artist. TLC's Fan Mail. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's a classic," but I'm not putting that on the same level as the first 2 albums because it had a bit more weaker tracks in the first half.
Right.
Because to me, honestly, man, if I had to pick a favorite, I might have to go with Ooh on the TLC Tip.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
That was Crazy Sexy Cool was very good too. Don't get me wrong, but
the
TLC
first 2 are my favorites. The first 2,
right?
Fan Mail was good, but even when you hear it now, it still has that 2000-ish sound to it, yo.
Right. But yeah, let's get to this review.
I said Snoop has a better discography than Jadakiss, and Snoop has some trash in the discography, but he got better albums than Jada. It's not even close.
All right. Let's get this shit started. So right after the release of what's the album? We the Streets. Pretty much they were trying to get their solo deals happening and stuff like that too. It was also around this time that Jada and Beanie had their little beef, but it was more like a competitive beef than an actual beef, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that was also happening and shit too. And next thing you know, he became more popular, appearing on other people's projects and stuff like that too. And in 2001, that's when we got this fucking album coming out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pac did not have no 5 classic albums. Even I'm
You
a
know he's gonna
Pac
say
fan,
that.
and I have to say he has
You
3.
know he's
Stop
gonna
it.
say that.
Stop it. All right. So this is the album cover right here. Just has fucking Jadakiss, his signature bandana and stuff like that too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Very, very, very dope. I know Try already showed the pictures and shit too. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the advanced version, and thank God because this album has a lot of skits on it. To be real with you, so
Yeah.
yeah. Track number 1, Show Discipline featuring Nas. Very, very, very dope track. I would have definitely started off the album with this one, other than Jada's Got a Gun and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just both Jada and Nas doing their thing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Spitting and shit too. So I definitely fuck with this one.
This was great, man. This is how you start off a solo album that people anticipate from you, and getting the goat Nas on there with you. Like if you get Nas on your first solo album, you've done something big. So the fact that he had Nas on here with him, and you got like a real eerie ass melody, and that guitar string, the beat was fire. Nas, to me, of course, he stole the show. And
Yes.
Esco saying, totally calm, holding a dead rapper's dome in my palm, burn the flag, plus it's on the Quran, it's on the Bible, plus America cussing at every car is driving. Prince of the globe, leaving no prints on the toast, play with a Ouija board, burn the frankincense with a best flow. It's Nas, man. Like, I don't expect nothing less from the God. And the God bought it. They needed a video for this joint. I don't know why they didn't come out with a single for this, but he came out with that put your hands up bullshit. But this should have been a single.
Oh no. You didn't like Put Your Hands Up?
I like the beat. I don't think it should have been his first single
Oh wow.
to
Okay,
me.
we'll talk about that. See, this is the reviews I like, and we have differing opinions on shit. You know what I'm saying?
People like this shit.
Now, granted, I do like the Beanie Siegel version when he went at Jada. I feel like he did better on the beat, though. I'll
Yeah.
I'll
Oh
say
yeah,
that
yeah,
right
yeah. That was fire. Yeah.
now. Yeah. Next track, Knock Yourself Out. Man, this is my fucking shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, this is actually a beat from Neptunes that I fuck with. Believe it or
Oh, you like
not.
this one? Wow.
Post 98. Okay.
And this is when they were doing shit for Khalees and Philly's Most Wanted and all that. You like this Neptunes?
I like this Neptunes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what I expected them to do, not that cafeteria bullshit, you know. Um so yeah, this track right here is like a little club banger and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this was like one of the first Jadakiss songs I've actually heard that made me want to check this album out and shit too. You know what I'm saying? There was an unreleased remix with Ludacris. I never heard that shit too, you know what I'm saying?
I can't remember if I heard that remix.
Yeah. And another thing too was the fact that this was not the original beat for the song. Originally it had a different beat, but Pharrell changed the beat because he thought it was too slow for Jadakiss and stuff. However, when Jadakiss heard the new beat, which was the beat that we all know now, he didn't really care for it, but Styles P wanted him to rap on that beat because he felt like it will fit him better. But he preferred the older beat and shit too, which kind of makes me want to feel what that old beat, this slower beat sounded like. I know they
Yeah,
got
I
something
know.
like that in the vault somewhere.
Who knows? It was great. This was a banger. Radio friendly joint. Neptunes, love the Neptunes. Like the video as well. You had Jada. This is like Jada rocking the napkin around his head. I don't know what the hell that was about, but
Well,
you know,
Nelly had a band-aid, Jada had a
yeah.
napkin.
But Nelly, there's a reason why Nelly wore that band-aid. I don't know why Jada was rocking a napkin as a bandana. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this track is fire. I liked when he said, the state got 6 locations to get to the front once I missed probation. A bang, I loved it. Classic record.
Definitely. Now, my favorite single, We Gonna Make It. this song right here, in my opinion, was one of my favorite Jadakiss songs. Not just one of my favorite Jadakiss songs, one of my favorite songs from the Rough Riders Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it features Styles P on the original, but the remix features Eve.
Eve. Yeah.
I want to say was it Eve? Was it just Eve? I could have sworn Sheik Luch was on there. No, it was just Eve. I'm thinking about
Yeah.
something else.
That actually played the remix in the battle that we did.
I remember.
The Alchemist battle. Yeah.
So this was produced by Alchemist, like you said, and there's a little controversy with this track. So originally, it was supposed to be for Nas, but then they passed it on to Jay-Z. But then here's the thing: it was actually finalized to be for what's his name, Ras Kass.
Right.
But see, the thing was the fact that when Alchemist wanted to get the second half of the payment, he tried to contact Priority Records, which was Ras Kass's record label. They were not responding to him and shit too. So that's when Alchemist thought that, Ras was trying to like pass on the beat and stuff too. But when Jadakiss loved the beat, Ras Kass kind of felt some kind of way because he felt like he was trying to rhyme over it and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And that was supposed to have been for the song "Home Sweet Home," and that actually had a beef with Alchemist and Ras Kass and shit too.
Right.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, not Alchemist did Book of Rhymes for Nas for Godson, right?
Yeah.
And allegedly, it was supposed to be like Nas threw some shots at Ras Kass on that shit too.
Wow.
So I want to say they squashed the beef. I want to say, but it kind of makes sense now and stuff too. It's kind of ironic, but it still makes sense.
Jay-Z passed up on this beat.
Are you surprised?
I could hear Jay on this beat.
He took shit like Hola Abito over this. He took it like that. Are you surprised?
He passed up on the grinding beat too. I don't understand that.
Well, I can understand that, but I love this fucking track. I love the remix too. So yeah.
This was great, man. I've seen the Locks twice in concert, and when Jada performed this live, it's like watching the video. It was banging, and we had great mic play with Styles. The Alchemist beat is fire. Those strings on there, the beat was knocking. You got Jada saying, my bathtub lift up, my walls do a 360. We got the shit that the government got. Talking money when you rub in the spot. And Styles come in and he says, I love my nigga off the fact that he real and nobody on the faculty squeal. Love that track. That's like one of the best, records of the 2000s, man. Best track on here to me, like by far. Like they got it right with this one. They picked this one as a single. They got it right with this one. Like if this had been the first single, that would have been better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is I love this joint.
I agree. Now, next track we got is None of Y'all Are Better. That features Styles P and Sheik Luch. So this one was produced by Primo. From what I looked up and shit like that too. And you can tell it was produced by Primo. They all did their thing, but honestly, I had to say Jadakiss stole the show. And it's kind of surprising too because with Styles P being my favorite nigga and shit like that, y'all thought I would say Styles did this thing too, but Jadakiss, he had a line where he's like, I bite a little piece of your ear off like Mike do, and everybody gonna follow me now. Down 8th in a new Z mahogany brown. Faggots want you to kill him in a hurry. Like he was just flowing on that fucking track too. So I definitely felt like it was a very, very, very dope track right there. What's crazy? What's crazy and shit like that? Primo originally wanted Jadakiss to be a solo on this beat, but he was kind of blindsided when Jada brought Styles and Sheik Luch and shit too. So that's crazy and stuff.
Right. I think they killed it. All three of them. Great Primo beat, and the bass line, got like that eerie melody, the scratching by Primo. I like Sheik's verse. I think Sheik had a dope verse. And he said, when I'm too old to make less than 100 a year, if it means waving a hammer and leaving you there, if it means grabbing your kids out daycare, somebody losing the seed, pay or bleed. Loved Sheik's verse. Styles P did his thing. Jada This was a banger. Again, I wish they had a video for this joint because like a lot of some of the bangers on here, they ain't make it as a single. But this was one of my favorites.
Yes, yes. I definitely agree with you about that. Now, I do like the Primo joint that he did on We the Streets a bit better though.
That was dope
I
too.
feel like that fit them more, but
Yeah, the
I can still
recognized
get
joint that was dope too.
recognized, but I can
Yeah,
still get down with this. Yes, yes. Now we're gonna get with I'm a Gangster. Now this is a very interesting song to me because he had a line, and this was before the Y song where he pretty much said, and I quote, "Even though I wanted Gore to win, I can fuck with Bush though, because he gonna let the Raw come in and shit too." You know what I'm saying?
right,
And just 3 years later, he has a whole fuck Bush on the Y joint and shit like that too. But
right.
besides that point, I do like this song and shit. This is pretty much what Jadakiss does best with the braggadocio references, slick wordplay, and stuff like that. This is just another testament when it comes to his songwriting. So I fuck with it.
I like the beat. I don't like the singing on the chorus.
Yeah,
It was okay.
yeah. Jadakiss is not the best singer, honestly.
Oh, that was Jada singing on that.
Wait. You said hold on, hold
The,
on.
the guy that's singing on like the chorus or whatever.
Oh no. That was both him and Parlay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't care for them. Get Paulie off. They ain't even drop an album on Rough Riders.
Nah. Next track is Feature All Time. This was produced by Timbaland. My least favorite song off this record, to be real with you. Um Timbaland, I fuck with Timbaland, but there's sometimes for certain artists, I'm just like,
Yeah.
was it? I don't even think it's like he does a lot of throwaway beats. I feel like
Right.
Jay was not the original choice for this beat.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Throwaway
You see my point, right?
Yeah, but remember when Blueprint 3 came out and Memphis Bleak said the same shit that Timbaland gave Jay throwaway beats for Blueprint 3.
Yeah,
And he had some whack shit on there. I didn't like none of those Timbaland beats on Blueprint 3. You
right.
know what I'm saying? And this joint was whack. I didn't like the beat. I'm like, this is a time when you was giving fire to Missy, giving fire to, who else was out? Timbaland and Magoo. Genuine was still making records. He was doing shit for
Aaliyah.
no Aaliyah. No, this when was this? Aaliyah last album came out the same year.
Yeah, because Aaliyah died in August and shit, and this album came out early August. Like she died, like, I think
Right,
August 25th or 26th.
right. Giving shit to Tweet and Miss Jade and all that, and you give
Wow,
Jade
tweet,
a whack.
yes.
Come on, man. Come on, Timbaland. Nah, I didn't like this joint.
And I love Timbaland. I mean, I like Timbaland, but I'm not gonna be like he's one of my top producers with Pete, J Dilla, Paul. Because I feel like with certain artists, he's better with certain artists than other artists and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, Timbaland. I love Timbaland. He's a legend. Timbaland can give anybody a great beat. It's just that once in the blue, he had some whack shit though. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, Blueprint 3. All of those beats he gave Jay were garbage.
Hell, LL Cool J's Definition. Let's talk about that.
Definition, another album. He gave LL garbage on that album. Like, you've never worked with LL before then. What, you gonna do half of that album and give him all garbage? And give Justin I love Justin, great solo artist, but you give Justin the hottest shit over LL? Why?
Oh, exactly. That's what I be saying, but
I'm just saying, it's like
that's
that.
what I'm
That's not
saying. I was
adding
saying
up
that
to
with
me.
Justified, but y'all were looking at me like I was
It's
crazy and
not.
shit.
No. I'm still saying those Justin Timberlake albums are classic. I'm just saying, if you had the opportunity to work with LL and you never worked with him before, why would you give him the most wackish shit in your vault, in your you know what I'm saying, of all your production, everything else that you're doing, you're giving everybody heat rocks, and you're giving LL Cool J one of the best all time garbage. You know what I'm saying? That's not adding up to me. There's no excuse. you know. So I was
Right.
like, nah, that was crap.
That's why with Timberland, I liked him more from '93, back from the basement when he was doing shit with Jodeci,
Mhm.
all the way up to maybe '02, maybe '03. he was very hit or miss after. Be real with you.
I want to say like the last great Timbaland shit I enjoyed was the 2020 Experience album for Justin. I
Oh
think that's his
God.
last great production. You know what I'm saying? That what was that like 2011 or something? That's like the
Yeah.
last great thing he did.
Yeah, Q. I actually agree with you. He fucked up that Escape album with some of them beats. I'm gonna be real.
I didn't even listen to it.
That
I'm not surprised.
some of them songs should not have been touched. Like that, Love Won't Let Me Wait.
Mhm.
The original version was just a simple piano ballad
Right.
and stuff like that. Could have been ranked up there with like maybe Human Nature and shit too. But they had to throw in the White Boy Wonder on that track and shit too.
Man.
So Q for that, I do agree with you on that. But next track we got Put Your Hands Up, which is my favorite track right there, honestly. Like I said before, I prefer the Beanie Siegel disc version he did against Jadakiss and stuff like that. Also, if y'all haven't checked that episode out, check that shit out and stuff like that. That's a very dope episode and stuff. So one of my favorite ones and stuff. This song right here, man, is just like one of Jadakiss's best singles that does not get really talked about a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy too because he actually threw a shot at Beanie Siegel, which I just caught that. You know when because Beanie was on that song with Jay, Do It Again, but then he had a song where he says, "Nah, fuck that, put your hands down" and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Do It Again, put your hands up. So that's something very interesting and stuff too. But this was a very hot joint right here. This is produced by Wayno. I like it.
It's okay. I wouldn't have made it the first single. You know when people come out with their first album and the first single, when Nas came out with It Ain't Hard to Tell, and people took notice for that. When Grand Puba came out with 360 What Goes Around, that was a banger. You know what I'm saying? When Jay came out with Dead Presidents and shit. You know what I'm saying? People took notice. This is Jadakiss' first solo album. Like this is the single you come out with as the first single? As the first single? Compared to So Disciplined and None of Y'all Better. I just thought it was okay. I don't think it was a groundbreaking. Like Busta Rhymes came out with The Coming and came out with
Woo-ha!
Woo-ha! Instant classic record. That totally blew him up as a solo artist. This is your first solo album. This is what you come out with. I was not impressed. The beat is okay, but as a first single, nah. I you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I was on the Rough Rider Street team for this. I was like, yo, if it was left up to me, I would have been like, yo, we need to make another single the first single, not this joint. This should have been maybe the third single, if anything. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have made this joint the first single. Like, yo, this is the best joint for your first single as a solo artist compared to some of these other joints. I just thought it was okay. I wouldn't have made it the first single.
And I see your point. I definitely see your point because if I had to pick a good first single, I would say "We Gonna Make It," which should have been the first single.
Right. Exactly.
Then Knock Yourself Out, and then this.
So Discipline should have been a single.
See, that could also been a single, but with Interscope Records at that time too, I feel like they were trying to go for the more commercial route, especially with Eminem being popular and stuff. Because with Eminem, he always had to have like a commercial, lighthearted single, like Slim Shady LP. My name
Even
is
with him, and I never liked this except for My Name Is and Not Afraid. Anytime he came up with first singles, I never liked them. I never liked Real Slim Shady or what's that other shit? We Made You and all that other shit it was just wacky.
I love We Made You, man.
I never liked that song. I always skip over it and never cared for that song. You know what I'm saying? What's the other joint he did? Was it Just Lose It?
Now that I hate it.
Never liked those songs.
Yeah.
But when you get into the album now, it's a different story. And I understand why Eminem did that. But his first singles I usually never liked.
Yeah, because Eminem back at that time, Eminem was just a dark motherfucker and shit. Let's be real.
Right. They needed something for radio.
Right. But at the same time, they've been darker hip hop albums. Like, let's be real. 36 Chambers from Wu-Tang.
Mm.
That album was dark as fuck.
Right.
But the closest for I think they said Protect Your Neck. But see, even with that song, they had to do a version with the blocking out all the curse words. That's why they had the bloody version with the curse words
Yeah.
still intact and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
See, marketing for hip hop albums though, you know. But then when 9 Inch Nails dropped Downward Spiral, Closer was the first single, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And y'all remember the video for Closer? How fucked up that video was and shit.
Crazy.
But yeah. And I want to say Downward Spiral, that was in Interscope Records too. I want to say. Interesting. All right, now we're gonna go to On My Way. This song features Swiss Beats. To me, to be real with you, this song was his version of area codes from Ludacris. Let's be real with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, this is actually a good Swiss Beats beat. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? I actually like the beat from Swiss. Mind you, this was before 02. Or 02. This was before that year. So we still in above quicksand right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like this song. Not one of my favorites though. A bit too repetitive, but at the same time, I fuck with it.
It was okay. It's not the best Swiss beat that I've heard. It's okay. You know. Again, even with him at that time, he was giving fire to a lot of artists. It's like, really, really, Swizz, that's the best you can do for Jada. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was okay.
Definitely. Now we're gonna get to one of my favorite tracks, "Cruising," featuring Snoop Dogg. Now, one thing I liked about this album, really, it had tracks that appealed to all coasts, and I felt like
That's the way it should be.
yes, it did it way better than fucking Corruption.
Right. Oh God.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, this album, this song right here, very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? One of probably my second favorite track off this album. This was produced by DJ Shock. You know what I'm saying? I love the way how Snoop wrote on that fucking beat and shit too. You know what I'm saying? This was the beginning of his Izzle kind of period, if y'all know what I'm saying, and shit like that too. Yeah. Even though he got that shit a lot from the Bay Area, let's just talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
This had a West Coast bounce too, huh?
I was saying appreciate it for the good words on the Downward Spiral review.
This had a West Coast bounce. So definitely fuck with this track. This should have been a single too. Because Snoop killed it. I like the fact that we had Jada and Snoop on a collab and you know Jada saying, and I made her roll up while I was running a bath. And she said she'd do X. I gave her 1.5. Let her get her roll on and made her jump in the bath. I like that. I definitely think this was a banger. You know, one of the better songs on this album. And again, they dropped the ball. They should have made this a single too. But y'all wanted to put out, you know, put your hands up and shit.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, man. I feel if it was on Snoop's record, like Last Meal, it would have definitely been a single. Because Jadakiss was like the hottest nigga at that time too.
Facts.
And I think at that time too, after the Last Meal, he was kind of like a free agent and shit too, until he had his own label, which he got that
Capital.
Yeah, Capital. Yeah.
Yeah, went to Capital.
Track number 14, Kiss is Spittin'. This features Nate Dogg and Mashonda. Now, this is another interesting track too, because on first listen, it might be his version of Warren G and Nate Dogg's classic song Regulate, which I was saying to myself, please do not remake this song because this is a hip-hop classic, in my opinion. But one thing I liked about this one was the fact that it recreated, well, not recreated, but it had more emphasis on the Michael McDonald I Keep Forgetting sample, which we have to talk about that first album one day.
I keep forgetting.
We're not in love anymore.
Yeah. Classic yacht rock.
Things will never be the same.
That's
let me
classic
stop.
yacht rock.
See, that's yacht rock done right. But see, I don't give a fuck. That was more of an R&B album than yacht rock. Let's be real.
Yeah, but they don't put it
R&B.
in the R&B category. It's in the yacht rock category.
It was more R&B because I felt like that last album with the Doobie Brothers was even more R&B than yacht rock. Actually, scratch that. His period with the Doobie Brothers was a mix of yacht rock and R&B.
I agree.
But see, But maybe people don't know that song was originally a cover too, but that's
Right.
another story for a different day. But yeah, it had more emphasis on the sample, which I fucking love because Nate Dogg again did his fucking thing. That Nate Dogg, man,
Mm-hmm.
greatest hip hop singer ever. Don't
Definitely.
give a fuck what no one says. Fuck TJ Swan. Um,
Fuck
Frank
TQ.
Ocean is cool.
Fuck T Pain.
Oh my god, I like T Pain on certain tracks. I'm gonna be real, but when autotune became a tool rather than an artistic device, that's when I had a problem with. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hell, fuck Future.
Oh Lord, never liked
Yeah,
him. I don't know. I
but
don't know
yeah,
how he's a part of the Dungeon family. I'm like, in what decade was, was he a part of them?
I think he was a cousin or affiliate. I don't know, but
Jesus, wait, what did he learn from them? Because he don't sound like none of them niggas.
that's one thing. Honestly, I'm kind of grateful about because it just shows that he can prove his own lane. Like for example, Drake was not the same as Lil Wayne and shit like that, but at the same
Right.
time, he had his own lane. But still made Cash Money Records one of the most relevant hip hop labels right now and stuff like that too, whether people want to admit it or not.
Young Money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But Future, still not a fan of his music, but that's one thing I would give Future and shit because I don't want him to ruin the legacy of Dungeon Family
Right.
like that. Like he didn't just overly say I'm part of the Dungeon Family like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would have helped. You know what I'm saying? I think it
Maybe,
would,
maybe not.
especially if they were doing his production, I probably would have been listening to him.
Maybe, maybe not. But you know what? It is what it is.
Right.
Um, but yeah, man, this track right here is another fucking fire ass track. I love it.
This was banger. Definitely enjoyed like the beat and the bass line. You got Nate Dogg, rest in peace. Greatest Superman ever. Killed it. Mashonda. She did her thing. Jada saying, it's nothing like when a thug get at you. Thug spit thug literature. Your fan base want to get rid of you. Love this joint. This was a banger. It's definitely like this joint.
Right. This was a banger shit. Um, Michael Jackson, he allegedly did vocals on the minute by minute album and stuff like that too, because the Doobie Brothers they say he didn't, but I want to say his management say he did. I don't know about that. It's
Mm,
been a debate on that part, but
right,
honestly, I don't know, man. Shit, maybe they snuck him in without letting the Doobie Brothers know, because artists do that shit sometimes.
right. But they didn't give him the credit for that record.
Maybe he didn't want the credit.
Right.
You never know. All right. Now we're gonna get into fucking a what? Um, again, another chick track. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is pretty much the more raunchier version of "Knock Yourself Out."
Right.
Still a good track. You know what I'm saying? Still a good track, but at the same time, bit too many chick songs for my taste.
I didn't like it.
You like it?
Nah. Jada, I think Jada already proved with the first verses against Fab that his strength is not the chick songs. That was Fabulous thing. You know what I'm saying? Jada's strength is, for the streets. That's why he
Right.
won, because he hit Fab with all the street joints. Fab had the luck. Fab got street joints too, but his strength is the joints for the chicks. And that wasn't Jada's strength. You know what I'm saying? That's why he didn't come out with too many joints for the ladies or whatever.
Got you. By the way, I'm gonna send you something on Instagram and shit. I want you to take a look at it.
All right.
All right. So the next track after that one is "Time I See You." Now this track is Rough Riders Posse cut, which has like Eve, Chic, Styles, Infrared, and Cross and Dragon as well. This is actually a pretty dope joint. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like Eve definitely did a thing. This is when
Yes,
Eve was just killing
definitely.
shit. You know what I'm
He
saying?
killed it.
I still say the first album was the best one after the lot. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, they all did their thing. It's something you would definitely expect from a D Block,
Yeah.
Rough Riders posse cut.
This was fire. This beat. I think Just Think is this one, right? This
You said
beat
what?
was. I think Just Blaze produced this.
Give me a sec. I want to say he did. Give me a second.
That joint was fire. The horns on that, the beat, the sample.
Yes,
Eve, huh?
he did.
Yeah, Eve killed it. She had one of the best verses. Dragon started it off. He had a great verse. I love Sheik. I don't give Sheik a lot of love. I think Sheik definitely killed it. He said I'm the motherfucking hardest. I smack the shit out of any one of your artists, whatever the label. Y'all niggas don't want beef. Y'all want meat at the table. And I don't give a fuck. She could do life in the box before any of you bitch niggas front on the locks. Love Sheik's verse. This was a banger, man. Like this was like the only posse cut on here, and he did his thing. Like, he killed it.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. He also did this thing on Blackout too. Even though I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
Jay had
Blackout was great. Blackout was that's one of my favorite posse cuts all time.
that's the best
Like
Rough
that
Riders.
that Jay what that line where Jay is like, yo, like um um what you say, I'm a ghetto nigga doing Will Smith numbers. Like,
Yes.
come on, man. That right there was
Well,
like, oh shit. I gotta rewind this back. Like that's a great posse cut.
Jay-Z's best posse cut verse. Period.
That was great. That was a great verse, definitely. Everybody killed it on Blackout.
And speaking of Jay, according to Just Blaze, they also threw some shots at the Rockefeller crew too. So if you listen carefully,
Uh,
you hear a subtle shot. You know what I'm saying?
and that's what Styles did on Reservoir Dogs. He went at Jay on that one.
He did.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy.
That Rough Riders Rockefeller beef, man. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
2001 was just good hip hop beefs
definitely.
because they actually kept that shit on wax.
Right.
These days, motherfuckers like the baby and not the baby, Lil Baby and
Mhm.
Off Quavo, whoever, arguing over Sweetie and shit. And next thing you know, they're shooting up each other and
Right.
shit like that too. That's when I'm like, come on, man, come on now.
Man, when State Property went at Nas and the Bravehearts, I was like, yo,
That Hot 97 freestyle, though. Remember that
crazy.
shit?
Yes.
Wow.
They totally obliterated the Bravehearts on that.
They even threw some shots at Mary J. Blige. I want to say it was somebody. I think the Nas's crew threw some shots at Mary J. Blige's crew. I think.
What, for that Braveheart party shit? That shit was garbage.
I gotta find that Hot 90. I want to see if I got the right one and shit because they had like a lot of them freestyles.
Yeah.
Even when Beanie's Rap City freestyle too against
Mhm.
Jada.
I remember.
Woo! Oh, I miss Rap City, man. Shit.
Man.
You might have to do a top five freestyles.
Yes. That would be dope. For real.
Probably one for Yo MTV Raps, one for Rap City and shit too, but mostly for Rap City, mostly.
Yeah. No doubt.
Now we're gonna get to. He's gonna take it down south with the "What You Ride For," featuring Fiend from No Limit, 8 Ball, and Young One. Now I don't like this posse cut as much as the previous one, but at the same time, I do like the versatility that Jadakiss showed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I do feel like it's definitely a dope project right here. Fiend actually produced this track too. So yeah, 8 Ball, you guys know how I feel about 8 Ball and shit. He ate this shit up, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I didn't like the beat though. I like the fact that Jada made the album like he went all over. He did shit with the East Coast and the West and the South. But I didn't like the beat.
Understandable. You know what just hit me?
What?
I kind of like Ice Cube's Terrorist Threats Don Mega than the War and Peace Don Mega. It just fucking randomly hit me because
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, I don't know why. I was re-listening to Terrorist Threats. And I'm just like, okay, this is not.
That's
This
a good
is
album.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
It's not touch and bow down though.
Right. Oh no. Not talking about it.
Yeah. Now my favorite track off this album. Here we go. Like featuring the late great
Here
DMX.
we go again.
Man, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Where do I even begin with this track right here? This track right here. Shout out to my my homeboy, my homeboy and shit like that. What's his fucking name? What's his fucking name? Damir and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I probably fucked up his name and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it'll come back to me. But I remember when he was blasting this fucking track. That got me. I got my attention on this track too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very, 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 very dope song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much Jada and DMX throwing shots at Beanie Siegel and Jay-Z respectively. You know what I'm saying? I love the line when X said, "I only gave you the crown so I can shoot it off your fucking head.
Fucking head.
Y'all niggas fucking dead. You heard what I said.
That's
I talk shit because I walk shit, start shit, New York shit, the hawk shit, spark shit, the dark shit."
Yes.
Like, woo! And you know he was talking about Jay on that fucking shit.
I know. From the minute he said crown, I'm like, he gotta be talking about Jay.
Yeah.
Gotta be talking
And
about
then
Jay.
when Jada said the line, "Now I know the reason why Pac ain't really like most of y'all cowards. I'm gonna show
Right.
you how to swing the chrome for real. Dog, this year we gonna bring it home for real. What you wanna bet the llama will squash?" Like, this is the fucking hip hop track I fucking love from Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Jadakiss definitely did that thing on this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Held their own on this one too. My favorite.
This is a classic, man. A classic Rough Riders collab. Rest in peace, DMX. He killed it. I definitely when you hear him say those lines, I'm like, yo, he going there Jay on this shit. And I would have loved to see X go against Jay. I don't think Jay could have fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I think Jay would have had some trouble. Jay is great, top 5 all time, but DMX was a different entity. You know what I'm saying? He was a different beast, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I saw DMX live, and he wasn't even the headliner on that tour. It was 50 Cent, and more people came to see DMX over 50 Cent. That's how much love that he had, and it was phenomenal. Like watching him perform live was one of the best concerts I ever went to. And he killed every song, and he was in shape. Everything. The way he sound live is how he sound on wax. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like his whole energy, he did the prayer, everything. Every song that he was on, he killed. Like I've never heard a whack DMX feature. Like he's killed every feature that he was ever on, and he definitely made this song his own. I felt like this could have been on one of his own albums. You know, it could have been DMX featuring Jadakiss, but this was a great song. You know, the beat, this eerie, dark melody. You know, Jada did his thing. Phenomenal track.
I agree. Next track we got is "Keep Your Head Up" featuring Ian Nensby from Sounds of Blackness, a group that
Did you skip the Feel Me joint?
see it's a skit on mine.
Yeah, but it's a short track though.
I damn I didn't even hear that track. I'm gonna just let you say your
Yeah,
thoughts on
the
that.
Alchemist joint is this is like the first one. I know, like on Kiss of Death, he got the was it he got like the other joint the Alchemist did from, and like he just basically talking about like growing up in Yonkers, and you know how he got into you know how he started rapping, and you know got it you know got the deal. You know, Mary J. Blige had the demo tape and passed it to Puff. That's how they got on to Bad Boy. And you know, and he said like my first addiction, GI Joes and Ices. After that, it was light skinned girls and Nikes. Mom start riffing, talking about how she can't support a grown man, so the guards start flipping. I'm about to fuck the whole game up for real, like in the World Series, nigga that parachute down on the field. I love the track, man. Like Alchemist did his thing, one of the best producers all time. Yeah, this was dope, man. He actually has a video for this track on if you remember like the come up mixtape DVDs, and they
Yeah.
were like different editions. I actually got the Locks editions for those. There's a Styles P edition and there's a Jada edition. And on the Jada edition, he did like different like videos for like different songs from this album and from Kiss of Death. And he did a little video for this joint. So there's actually a video for this on the mixtape DVD.
I definitely gotta see that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you the upcoming albums we're gonna do next week and shit.
All right.
All right. Now we're gonna get into "Keep Your Head Up." This was a very dope joint. This features Ann Nensby of Sounds of Blackness, a group I honestly should be checking out their discography more. To be real with you,
Yeah.
it's more like a motivational track. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad track. Still a good track.
This was dope. Like it showed Jada's range that, Sounds of Blackness. I have their first album. That was a great album. And Nesby's a great singer, and it showed his growth. He even had Ann Nesby, a gospel singer, on the last track, and a good way to end the album off on an uplifting, positive note. I thought it was dope.
Definitely. And the last track is Charge It, right? Charge is the last track. You got that
I
one
don't
right.
have that one. That
Okay, then.
it ends at "Keep Your Head Up" for me.
Okay, good. Then we'll just end up keep your head up. Overall, my honest opinion, this is a very, very, very dope album. I call it an arguable classic in my opinion, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like, as far as solo albums go, this is his most well-rounded album. He has a song that appeal to the East, West, South, which I definitely love. Without it feeling forced. I feel like the songwriting definitely played a part on the success of this album as well too. You know what I'm saying? Not my biggest gripe. I feel like it was a bit too many repetitive songs. If I had to pick a small gripe,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I call it a very dope album. Probably one of my top hip hop albums of 2001. I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I think it's his best album. I don't think none of his other albums are on this level. Um, the production was good at times. There was, the Timbaland track I didn't like. The Swiss Beats, that Swiss Beats joint was decent. It wasn't great. I think they should have had more singles for this album. But he got some bangers on here, and I like the fact that it was a well-rounded album, and he had West Coast artists and down South artists on here, East Coast, even Ann Nesby, and as when you come out with your first solo album from a group, that's what you got to do. You got to make a name for yourself as a solo artist without the other members, and you know try to come out with not shock people, but come out with your own flavor, and then throw in something that people wouldn't expect, like the Ann Nesby collab. And he had some big names on here, Nas and Snoop Dogg, and DMX, rest in peace, and Knock Yourself Out, great record. We gonna make it or love it. None of y'all better. Show Discipline should have been a single. It's Time I See You, great posse cut. 4.5 for me. If people feel like it's a classic, that's great. I don't feel like it's. I think it's his best album, but I don't feel like it's on. I don't think it's classic tier material like Ready to Die or Illmatic. You know what I'm saying, for me. But it's his best album in his discography. So
I agree. Okay, so I texted you the upcoming albums, but I'm gonna let you know about the times.
yeah.
Whenever I get my schedule and Ashley's schedule. Some albums you might like. Some album I know one album you're gonna hate.
Oh boy, you like doing this to me. You like doing this. Oh Lord.
Shit. I know which one you're gonna do the old Lord to. But let me call my mom's right quick.
Yeah.
Hey mom, how you doing? Doing good. Just try to sorting out my insurance for my job. I bought some Christmas ornaments for the Christmas tree downstairs. Because I have to make sure the job was insured and stuff like that too. So,
Top three favorite songs on DMX third album. One More Road to Cross. What else I liked on there? The DXL, the Hard White Posse joint, and what else I liked on there? So a couple other joints. What's My Name was fire. Um, Forgot the track listing, but off the top, that's like those my favorite joints on that one. And then there was X, that joint. Better lyricist, Busta Rhymes, man. You talking about Ja Rule? Top three favorites from Flesh of My Flesh. The Omen joint, Blackout, and what's the other joint. The joint he did with Styles. Um, Forgot the name of that joint. Not Styles with Jada. Jada's on the chorus of that shit. Forgot the name of that joint. Used to be my dog. You was in my left titty. Scream ride or die. I thought you would die with me. Find out you a bitch. You can't even ride with me. That joint. I forgot the name of that joint. Yeah, we don't give a fuck. That joint. That's one of my favorites. I think Irv Gotti actually did that beat for them. That was fire. Kiss of Death, we did a review on that last year we did that, year before last. It was okay. A lot of songs to me was outdated on that though. Like that Mariah joint, I didn't like that. You know, even the Kanye joint he did it sounded like some college dropout shit back then. Um, it's not bad. It's just when I hear that album, I hear 2004. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like certain albums you hear and it's like it take you back to that year that it came out, and some of those songs didn't age well. You know,
I'm at.
it's not a bad album. I just thought it was some outdated songs on there.
What y'all talking about?
Kiss of Death.
I guess that's the album of the hour right now. Shit.
Favorite top three
Overrated.
songs from Lethal Injection. You have any top three?
Number one, When I Get to Heaven. Number two, What Can I Do? Number three, probably you know how we do it.
That's my joint. You know how we do it. Cave Bitch, Ghetto Bird.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Even the remix for the You Know How We Do It was fire.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth.
Yeah,
The video was amazing.
yeah. The video was dope, man.
Shit, I might have to bump to that song right now. As long as YouTube don't hear me and give me a copyright strike. I'm gonna stay on for probably another 15. Yo, they getting in at Nick Carter right now.
What he do?
They said he raped somebody with the autism or some bullshit.
Oh wow.
How you rape somebody with a disability? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He's crazy.
That's just a different time of evil. Like, damn.
Busta Rhymes, ELE or Capital Punishment.
Capital Punishment.
I gotta go with Pun, man. That's just like his only real album. Going with Pun.
Both long albums with hardly no filler tracks. I could say that with both albums.
I'm not going that far.
Really?
I still don't like that Punish Me song. I'm so,
Oh, come on. I knew you were gonna think about that shit.
Mhm. Yeah, don't like that song. That
That's
could have been left off of the album, but
that's a classic.
everything else was a great. Was great.
So would you do Punish Me or My Dick with Tony Sunshine?
My Dick joint was fire.
Okay, okay.
Definitely like that one. That was hilarious too. That was a hilarious track.
I agree. That's my favorite one on Nia Baby, next to
Yeah,
New York Giants.
yeah. New Giants was crazy.
Which I'm gonna be real. That Yeah Baby album gets so underrated.
It is
I put that on probably on the same level as Capital Punishment, low key.
really.
That's like his Life After Death.
Is that a? I keep hearing rumors that it wasn't an official album. It was
It
leftover
it
tracks.
was it was official
It wasn't an
because
official album.
it wasn't an official album because Pun even said in interviews he wanted this album to go more pop and commercial. It's just that he died before
Right before it
the
came out.
first video was actually filmed and shit.
Yeah,
It was Endangered Species that was more of the compilation.
yeah. The greatest hits album.
Yeah.
Favorite track off El Nana, The Promise with Havoc. That's my favorite.
Um. You know what? I'll probably have to go with the joint with Method Man.
That was banging. That was a banging track.
Y'all can hear the music, right? Just asking.
No.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I like the Tony Sunshine joint over that Punish Me joint.
Now that I can agree with you on that, but I
I
still
just
fuck.
I wasn't a huge Miss Jones fan like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I cannot wait for next week. We got some heat.
Yeah.
I know Ashley's ready for tomorrow and shit.
I know.
But I'm grateful that we're actually doing shit that everyone enjoys and stuff like that too. You know,
Right.
because of rock group you recommended me, I definitely want to check out some of this shit.
What's that?
Phenomenal
Oh,
Blondes.
oh, For Non Blondes. They only got one
Yeah.
album. They only got one album.
Oh
It's only
wow.
one. Yeah.
Let me see. 1990. Okay, 92 was a good year for rock music. So okay.
Yeah.
So they like grunge or what?
They're like, yeah, grunge, alternative rock. You know, Linda Perry, that was her group.
You know, it's crazy. I never heard anything she ever done. So
Well,
might be
she's like she does producing and songwriting. Like she did stuff for Pink, she did stuff for Christina Aguilera. That whole stripped
okay.
album was like basically Linda Perry and Scott Storch.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Now,
the stuff
okay.
from
Now I'm
early,
intrigued. Now, okay,
the
cool.
early Pink stuff. She did stuff for Pink. You know, in her like misunderstood days and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I can't wait for the Jeezy discussion and shit.
Soul for Real or Brand New Heavies.
So for real, baby.
That's two totally different genres.
Whew. Thug Motivation 101. Ready for that one?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be making dinner when you talk about that album because I'm not quoting shit from Jeezy. I don't think he could rap. I'm not quoting a damn thing from Jeezy.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's all I'm gonna review
That
for
should
right
be a
now.
trash review.
Nah. I want to make justify the trash review, but
I know you did.
Q said top 3 favorite Linkin Park albums.
Have you listened to any? If I recommend 3 Linkin Park albums, will you go back and listen to it? Probably not.
To me, probably Meteora, Hybrid, and then the Midnight album. The first 3 easily.
Meteora, Hybrid Theory, and The Hunting Party. That's like the most rock sounding album to me.
Yo, Linkin Park's dope. I love the breakdown we did the other day.
Yeah, that was great.
I said that shit like that was last week, man. That was like weeks, months ago and shit. I heard some of that Mount Westmore album. I gotta finish listening to it.
You didn't like it, huh?
Eh, I'm gonna save my thoughts till I actually hear the whole thing. But I
Yeah.
can already tell you it's a bit too long for my taste.
Oh man.
And I love it's like I love all of them niggas. But when these rappers form these groups or these duos, it can either go good or bad, and most times it can go bad.
Right.
Like, oh, Jesus. However, there was some exception. I like Quick and Corrupt's album they did a while back ago.
The Blackout joint.
Yeah,
That was cool. That had some bangers on there.
but then you had Master Ace and MF Doom, which honestly I love Doom, but he lose a lot of like beats from the Special Herbs albums. I'm just like, come on, man, he could have used a couple new beats and shit.
Son of Yvonne. I actually like that one.
That one was good,
That was good.
but I just wish Doom would have done some more newer beats from Master Ace and shit, except for them old beats we've heard a lot of times and shit.
Joe the Love Scene or Good Girl. Love Scene, my favorite.
Love scene.
And his first album too. His first album was underrated.
I agree. Sam said Anita Baker, Rapture, or Janet Jackson, Control. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Control to be real with you. And I love
Yes,
Rapture.
definitely Janet.
That to me was the best R&B album of '86. Rapture might be the second favorite.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay, about 7 more minutes. I'm gonna stay
Tina Marie or Shantae Moore.
Tina.
Tina.
I love Shantae, but I can't go against Tina. I'm sorry.
I don't like Shantae that much. Definitely Tina for me. Shantae, she good to look at.
Wow.
You know, I wasn't a huge Shantae Moore fan like that.
Respect. Respect. I mostly kind of like most for first three, maybe four albums and shit.
Mm.
I haven't heard all of her shit, so I can respect.
Which one are we talking about tomorrow? Is that her third one?
We're talking about first two albums, the double review.
Okay.
Um, Precious and A Love Supreme. No, wait. Yeah. Love Supreme, yeah. Spoiler alert, the second one is my favorite one out of the two.
Yeah.
Barry White, Never Gonna Give You Up, or Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Oh wow, that's a good one. Maybe Let's Get It On.
Marvin Gaye.
I got a question for Try.
Mm-hmm.
Barry White's I've Got So Much to Give, or Al Green's How Can He Mend a Broken Heart?
Barry White.
Same.
Love it.
Ronnie said 90s Shantae or 2000 Shantae. I gotta go with 90s. By the way, the Christmas album is gonna be the week after next too, with Shantae Moore.
All right.
Ooh, I got a good one for you again.
Uh-huh.
Kim or Jaheim?
Jaheim.
What?
I haven't listened to Kim like that. My mom is into Kim. I haven't listened to Kim. He's supposed to be good, right?
He's supposed to be good. That's what he says.
I don't can't say unless I listen to him.
He's dope. Let me say he's dope. He's dope, man.
Jaheim is underrated.
I haven't heard
underrated singer.
I haven't
You
heard
never like
every.
Jaheim?
You said what?
You never cared for Jaheim?
I like a few Jaheim, but I don't like him. I don't like him as much though. That joint, I like him more. Like when I think that album came out in 03.
Mm-hmm.
The Hey, where he said, I think he said the De La Soul joint. I want to say.
Right. I know what you're talking about. That's the joint. I think Jadakiss was on that actually.
I think the remix. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That was back when a remix was just a rapper doing the verse before the actual song started and shit. You know,
Right.
One Way, Play Your Cards Right, or something in the past. I'm gonna be real with you, crew. I never really listened to One Way like that. The only song I know from them was that Cutie Pie. You're the reason why. That's my shit.
Right.
Ronnie said if it wasn't for Next, it wouldn't be a Jaheim. Really?
Jaheim better than all of them. So better than all three members,
No, I think it was Ronnie that said and Nesby was the one that put Next on too.
I guess.
I was like, y'all talking about a lot about Next on this chat.
I don't care. So, if you listen, RL will probably tell you different. Like, oh, we ain't get put on by Ann Nesby. Y'all know what we're talking about. He'll take all the credit for the group. So
Ronnie said, cough, cough, Thugs Need Love era. Well, I wouldn't really call Jaheim the Thug Needs Love era because he actually did R&B compared to some of them other motherfuckers and shit. Cough, cough, Jagged Edge. Yo, I gotta get back to my working out, man. I've been kind of slacking off on the gym, low key. Okay, I got another question.
uh-huh.
New Edition, Heartbreak, or Home Again?
Heartbreak.
So,
That's their masterpiece.
Jesus. Pass the Dutchie to the left and slide. Pass the Dutchie to the left and slide. Well, I've been playing this song a lot lately. I don't know.
Yeah. Musical Youth.
Yes.
A classic record.
How does it feel when you got no school? It's crazy how the label, once New Edition became popular, they just said fuck them. Nigga, I ain't even picking that Bad Boy album, Q.
Right.
Sam said the Muppets or Sesame Street. I'm more of a Muppets fan, honestly.
I don't know.
I felt like the Muppets were more adult, but Sesame Street was okay. I just hate Elmo. All right, I'm gonna end this off right here. Got a few announcements I gotta make and shit. Tomorrow is gonna be 2 videos in one. At 8 o'clock, I'm gonna do the mod series breakdown and shit like that. That shouldn't be no longer than an hour, honestly, or maybe an hour 20 minutes and shit. Mike said he'll probably slide through while he's at work. I know you say you're gonna watch 3 episodes and shit like that too, so
Yeah.
hopefully you like this better than Taxi and shit. I mean, I know you said you watched 1 episode. You said you watched 1 episode of Taxi, you just couldn't do it and shit.
No. Who knows? I don't. It might just be one episode of Maud. Who the hell knows?
Who knows? But yeah, man. I'm finishing up the series right now and shit like that too. So also at 11 p.m. tomorrow, we're gonna do the double review of Shantae Moore's Precious and Love Supreme. Shout out to Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to see her tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to do a DJ video maybe sometime this weekend. I gotta see how my work schedule is. But Sunday we're gonna end off this month with D'Angelo Black Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Another very great album and stuff like that too. Really cannot wait to talk about that record right there. You're gonna hear a lot of surprising things about that album. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But yeah, this album, Jadakiss is Kiss the Game Goodbye. I want to say this album's out of print, but if you guys find this album, must have in your collection. Thank you so much, Trey, as usual, and I will see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.